In this video, we're going to talk through how to approach AQA English Language Paper 2 Question 1. To do that, we'll look at a couple of student responses to a set question, so remember you can pause the video at any point if you need time to read through what's on screen. So, before you start to answer the question, the best thing to do is reread or skim through the bit of the text you've been asked to focus on. At this point, don't waste time reading the whole text. A good thing to remember here is that Paper 2 Question 1 examines Assessment Objective 1. That's your ability to identify and interpret explicit and implicit information and ideas. Explicit information means pulling out the facts that are stated and that are definitely true. And implicit information is about working out the inferences in the text. In other words, what isn't stated in the text, but that you can work out for yourself by reading it. The question we'll be looking at here asks you to read lines 1 to 10 of Source A, which is an extract from Bill Bryson's book, Notes from a Small Island. You're then given 8 statements. Your task is to work out which of them are true and which of them aren't, and shade in the boxes of the true ones. Statement A reads, Bill Bryson is tired of London. Now, as we read through the extract, it states in the opening lines, I do find London exciting. And as we continue to read on to the end of the first paragraph, this statement is confirmed as being true, where it also states, London can seem a bit dazzling. So, considering both of those statements, we can safely say that statement A is not true, as Bill Bryson is obviously not tired of London. Statement B reads, London is more beautiful than Paris. So again, let's have a look at the source. The second paragraph of the section you've been told to take the answers from reads, It is far more beautiful and interesting than Paris. So we can safely say that unlike statement A, this one is true. Next, statement C reads, Other cities in the world are safer than London. So let's return to the source, which reads, It has more history, finer parks, a livelier and more varied press, better theatres, more numerous orchestras and museums, leafier squares, safer streets, and more courteous inhabitants than in any other large city in the world. Now, this part of the source doesn't explicitly state that London has safer streets than other cities, but we can infer this. It states that London has all of these things, including safer streets, which means that the statement is untrue. It's London that has the safer streets, not any other city in the world, so this statement is false, and we wouldn't shade the box. Statement D reads, Paris is more lively than London. If we look to the source, on the second paragraph it reads, It is far more beautiful and interesting than Paris, if you ask me, and more lively than anywhere but New York. As you can see, Bryson writes that London is more beautiful and interesting than Paris, and livelier than anywhere but New York. This isn't an explicit comment, it's an implicit one. Paris is contained in the anywhere part, and so statement D is false. Statement E's, Bill Bryson agrees with Samuel Johnson, is an easy one to identify. It's covered at the beginning of the source, where it states, Much as I hate to agree with that tedious old man, Samuel Johnson, and then a little later in the sentence, I can't dispute it. This means that yes, Bryson does agree with him, and so the statement is true, and we would shade the box next to it. Okay, we'll leave it there. Just to recap, before you start to answer the question, the best thing to do is reread or skim through the bit of the text you've been asked to focus on. Don't waste time reading the whole text at this point, and remember you're looking for implicit and explicit information. Now, why not have a go at statements F, G, and H for this question on the attached AQA-style paper, or practice this type of question with another exam paper. Good luck!